just making sure.
Skipper is like a third knife.
Yeah, and I'm just making sure that
I am a third knife.
Well, I still share the story of the time we got stopped by cops because we were trying to book a punk show at the arcade, and you were just like hands on the car, and they pull like knife. After the 5th knife, I was like, we're going to jail. We're fucking going to jail. 3 more knives show up. I'm just like, where is he putting these?
I like to keep things on me.
Yeah.
And then I can share. You know, if something crazy happens and all of us need to be armed, I have enough knives to make sure everybody gets a knife.
Yeah, just some of them were like teeny tiny knives.
Well, you know.
Remember, we saw this on the holiday special. Evan just kept handing out beer bottles. He's just like, no, here's your hobo shank. Take it. Just stand.
Oh, yeah, Misfits of Magic.
Yeah.
I really like to show up to parties sometimes with as many beer cans and bottles as I can possibly fit on my person, and then just slowly distribute them out of pockets throughout the night.
Yeah. It's more just impressive.
I would be impressed by that, but I would also be like,
It's more just impressive that you're able to hide that much material on you, considering how just like lanky and cryptid you are.
Yeah,
It's like, where are he keeping it?
that is actually why I argued so hard about Wyatt being able to have a ridiculous amount of weird shit on him all the time, because he was just like this Yankee weird dude who had like 8 layers. So anything in those pockets.
Pockets aplenty.
Too many pockets.
you can definitely sandwich stuff against, you and clothing when you are Latiny.
I mean, I mostly just use like the boob pocket.
Yeah, that
Again.
is something that I sometimes envy.
I'm still proud of that time where I walked out of a bookstore with stolen property on me and skin-tight everything that I had my stomach sucked in and the book in there, and then walked up to the first person who was smoking and asked for a cigarette, and it was the security guard for that store. And he was just like, well, I've only got unfiltered, if that's okay. And I'm like, nah, this is perfect. This will be the best ever. Just sat there and smoked it with him the whole time. I'm like, either I get away with it and this is a good story, or you catch me and it's also a good story.
It's true.
It's like
That reminds me of a time that I was stealing a bunch of food from a
Library.
food library.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was wearing this military jumpsuit, so like just the big like green flight suits that they have. I was wearing one of those and like combat boots, and I had like painted it and patched it all up, and I was just looked like a fucking crazy person, I guess. And walking through the store, and I had like grabbed a full jar of peanut butter and put it in the pocket, because those pockets go to nothing.
Yeah.
You're supposed to wear pants under them to have pockets, so it just falls down to the bottom of the leg. And I stole like a thing of Nutella, it was like a half loaf of bread, just a fuck ton of stuff, just stuff them in my pockets. And then as I'm going through the produce section, I grab a piece of spinach and I eat it. I was like, how tasty. Continue walking on. Well, the manager comes up to me and he grabs me and he pulls me up to the front of the store, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I am in trouble. He goes, I saw what you did. I was like, what'd I do? He goes, I saw what you did. You in the produce aisle. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I didn't do anything. I'm just trying to like shop. And he was like, I saw you. There's no grazing. And I was like, I don't know what is grazing. And he's like, you can't take food out of the things. I was like, oh man, I was trying to find out if it was fresh. That spinach is kind of rough. You should probably throw it out. Like, I don't want to buy that. And started to get kind of tooty with him. Anyway, he told me I had to either leave or he could call security. And so I left, and I walked out to my friend's truck, and I made a Nutella and peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to leave. Good job, dipshit.
Yeah, he literally
if you see
said
somebody
leave, and I said, okay.
shoplifting, no, you didn't. No, you did not.
Nope, you didn't.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hell yeah.
Is this the start of the episode now?
I think so.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Blank Bodies.
A Vampire the Masquerade V5
Who is
horror and
definitely
tabletop podcast.
Who is definitely, for legal reasons, not endorsing shoplifting. That is a crime. No, don't shoplift.
Yeah, no, we're talking about Ventrue today, and they definitely wouldn't be down with that.
I can't tell if it would really be shoplifting to them, or they'd just be like, this is mine and you just didn't know it.
Yeah, that's how colonialism works.
I'm
I
Hunter.
mean, I would say that's a more of a Zamitsu thing. I think Ventrue would be more like, okay, that's not mine. I'm just going to buy your company.
Regardless,
Yeah, I'm Hunter.
I am John.
I am the Sarah.
And there's the lore bot.
James.
We're talking about Ventrue today.
Yes.
I was
Fancy
hoping
boys.
that rambling train of thought was going to keep going on, and he was just going to be like John, and then Sarah while the rambling train is on.
Maybe. But, so today's clan was voted on by our patrons. So that they're going to be our first clan deep dive. Our patrons picked the clans, and then you all on Twitter decided. So
this is your fault.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate
No,
that.
it kind of works out because technically Ventrue are the first clan.
Yeah, supposedly.
So in this we're going to be covering the general vibe of the clan as well as their generally agreed upon history. Because hi, welcome to World of Darkness. Everything is conjecture and rumor. Good luck.
The lore is made up, and the facts don't matter.
Yes. And there's also some what's going on in the new meta plot in the V5 and some things to look into for chronicle and character builds based around the Ventrue. So strap in, fam. Let's go.
Hey. So we are going to be using a mix of the current meta plot and touching on things from first, second, and revised, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is to hopefully give some good baseline info for new players. And then also like, hey, if you're a veteran and you've been playing for a hot minute and you don't like these dang kids on your lawn, that's okay. We can all be on the lawn.
It is a venture. They have a very large, ornate lawn.
Dude, a Ventrue could have a lawn so big it would be in a different county, and they would never know, except for either the security guards or security cameras. They're like, you're on my property.
No. They'll know precisely how large the lawn is because of tax write-offs. Now,
Just want to know that you're there.
so what the fuck is this clan? Who are they? What are we talking about? What's going on?
What is a Ventrue?
What are they known for?
Being narcs.
Money.
Money!
They are known for money.
You notice I bold, italicized, and underlined that.
Money.
You're not.
Money.
The amount, as I said, I just want to see more destitute Ventrue because, dear Lord, it's just like, hi, I'm playing a Ventrue. I have resource dots 5. Of course you do.
That's kind of part of their shtick.
I do.
You do? Yes. Ventrue are generally known for being boardroom executives. These are the guys that are more the powerhouse behind politicians. These are the kind of guys that like, and the copyright to the color blue. Like, old money. The oldest money. Money. Yes.
Money!
These are the vampires that have an unyielding drive for control and little use for failure. That's exciting. They sound like fun.
They're also very deeply entrenched into their own traditions and history. Mm-hmm. Even more so than most other clans. They have a very strict kind of hierarchy and structure that they, some even uphold above their own city or place in it.
Yeah. Ventrue are also known to be more long-term, big-picture viewers. They tend to care more about institutions and legacies over individuals. A lot of this comes from their inherent leaderships. They're more trying to like take care of everything around them as opposed to caring about like, there's Steve, the janitorial guy. He's important.
Mm-hmm. I will say the one thing they do have is their drip. Their style is pretty solid.
I was about to say,
You've got to. You can hate on them all you want, but it's just like at least they just kind of wake up and they're like, must look good. There's no Ventrue ever is just like out of the lair and immediately into the day because they're like, I will die. I will take ag damage the moment I step outside in not a crisp suit.
Well, it doesn't have to be a suit necessarily, but it's generally a
fit.
Yeah, some sort of air of authority. Generally, so depending on what circles and where they're functioning within the groups, this could range from having like designer tracksuits, having more high-end brands for, like Steve Jobs, like at the outfit that is like, it seems pretty basic, but then you're like, oh, he spent a stupid amount of money on that shit.
Yup.
I'm playing a Ventrue in our personal game, and he's fond of like golf polos and like expensive shoes, like sneakerhead shoes.
Yeah. So, yeah, Venture more times than not, you're going to know them because you're like, that guy looks like he either owns this establishment or his dad does.
I definitely wasn't wearing my Nike Gatorades today.
God damn it.
You've had multiple pairs of those, haven't you?
No. I've had two. I do like the Paul Georges, but I'm not going to go deep into Nike child labor shoe talk right now. But
Yeah, I was just like, at least one person at this table is just like,
they're Paul Georges are kind of like the new Jordans. They're like the new signature style they're putting out. They're really nice. They have an air cushion and memory foam.
And I was like, they look
Yeah,
nice.
they probably are
They
super
work for
comfy.
your aesthetic. But yeah, so who gets embraced into Ventrue?
nepotism.
No, not always. Generally not. The Ventrue have a long tradition of their sires rearing or grooming their childer. They tend to pick people from some sort of skill set, authority. Yes.
I like that you did air quotes around grooming. I don't think those air quotes are really needed, though.
No.
It's grooming.
It's
It's
basically, it's basically going out and going, they're looking to pluck certain individuals who have some sort of skill or aptitude or something that sets them above just the general masses and populations. And they're like, this is somebody who could actually lead these fucking idiots. Twink.
Vampire eugenics.
Kinda, but not, but kinda.
You could even make more interesting character out of the old trope of just like, oh, rich guy can't have kids, so I'm just gonna kidnap a random poor kid and groom them to be a leader for their entire life.
You
My
could've just
Fair
said-
Lady.
You could have
Yeah.
just said Bruce Wayne.
Kind of. He knew his parents for a while, at least.
Oh no, just what he's doing to just the Bat family, but that's a whole other
That's true.
thing. But yeah, no, you could have interesting relationships that fit in the canon of your character was swept up into somebody in the office was like interested in them and wanted to get them connections and like help get them to learn how to do things, and then oops, you're dead now. And you're stuck with this asshole forever.
That sounds like a self-help vampire book for if and when the world embraces vampires in this. So you're dead now, and you're stuck with this asshole.
That could go
What
for
is
any,
on life?
that'd go from just about any clan, really.
That's most
Yeah,
clans.
exactly. There's almost the only way that would be changed is if they needed an updated one. Just be like, Gangrel. So you're dead now, and you're stuck in the woods with this asshole. What's undead life?
Nah, or but that's a whole other episode.
Yup.
Once embraced into Ventrue, the fledgling is expected to go through a rigorous training process to learn the proper rules and etiquette for leading, called agoge. It's ancient Greek, okay? Give me a break. I'm trying.
Of course it is.
Well, when you look at it in English, you want to go agoge, and that's not right.
No. I mean, of course, is a Greek term.
Yeah, it actually comes from the ancient Spartan practice of forcing every male in society to train for military life from the age of 7 till 30.
You're just making my.
I saw
Ventrue
that movie.
point.
Yeah.
300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
good.
actually watched that
Fun.
movie.
Huh?
Never actually watched
Really?
that movie.
I
Yeah.
saw that
It was
movie in
good.
theaters. It was
good.
Yeah, it was good.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was life-changing.
I feel like I missed the time and place where I needed to watch that movie.
Well, you don't.
I'd still watch it.
You don't need to watch it, but it's still an enjoyable watch. Wow, this podcast got a little off. the
No. Actually, I can tie this back. So if
Okay.
you want to have a good movie night, watch 300 and then watch Van Helsing, because the narrator for 300 is Carl in Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Same guy. So, wrapping this back, the Ventrue actually have a really long history tying back into power structures and civilization. So a lot of them pride the fact that they can tie themselves back to certain specific leaders in ancient Rome and ancient Greece and even before then. But, yeah, so that tradition from Spartan continues on into these nights. This is an idea that is more from old world. That's not like specifically mentioned in V5, but I think it's an interesting thing to like stick into Chronicles nowadays.
There's also a lot of like, we'll get into it probably not the next episode, but the episode after that, where there's enough evidence to link old world with new world.
No, we're covering it now.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yes. But yeah, this extensive training is where that whole Ventrue don't accept failure thing kind of kicks into things, and a lot of sires are exceptionally cruel and physically abusive to their child during this time period. Because, you know, if you're quizzing constantly and you're fucking up, if you fuck up too many times, you might get your ass beat.
Damn.
Yeah, this might be part of the reason why a lot of Ventrue are fucking asshats.
Yeah.
We're just like, no.
Well, you said like the Spartan training, and just like the scene in any movie where the child's learning to be a warrior and they just like kick him in the head and they're like, all right, get up, do it again.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Or what was the movie Whiplash? Where the kid's like learning the drums and then, the one guy just like picks up the chair and chucks it at him at the drums.
John C. Reilly.
No, it's not John C. Reilly.
Oh, what the fuck? I know it's J. Jonah Jameson. I can't remember.
No. Different guy. Anyways, but yeah, no, he grabs the chair and just chucks it at him on the drum set and is like, do it again. Your time's off.
Are you rushing or are you dragging?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you rushing?
I haven't seen it.
It's a fucking great movie. It'll give you a little anxiety, but it's great.
I'd like to watch it, but I will say, when you said Whiplash, I thought you were talking about Whip It, the roller derby movie.
I
was like, how does this have to tie in? Jesus, Sarah.
No, that broke me. No.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. That's who it was.
Also, to Yes and Yours. Yeah, no, I always love those scenes because they kick the kid in the head and then they're like, by the way, the method of training was you stop letting me kick you in the head and you try to fight back, and be like, why didn't you say that right off the bat instead of giving me a concussion for a week?
Learned a lesson.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is no commentary on cycles of abuse or anything.
That is also the Ventrue episode.
Yes. But yes, after you finish the process of agoge, I said it right this time, there's a process of... Oh, shoot. Sorry. Hi, welcome to Ventrue. There's a lot of bullshit, bureaucracy. So after you get through the agoge, once your sire's decided that you've finished your training, you are then presented to the prince as you're a vampire now. You're allowed to be outside.
Most clans present their turned people immediately.
Or relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Ventrue could take years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's called Stockholm Syndrome that they're trying to set in, just saying.
Boot camp, motherfucker. Look, only the best.
Yeah, they get the right to procreate, and they're like, I'm going to make sure I do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even then, you're not done. Because then comes the process of being accepted by the board, who we'll talk about more later. But
yeah, this is another thing that comes from Old World that I think is really neat, and I would like to see people do it in V5. There's technically no reason not to. But the board, rough of it, is just a collection of the most powerful Ventrue in your city, but we'll talk about them more later. But yeah, once your childer is accepted into society as a whole in the city, they need to come to the board with a proposal for some sort of claim on territory, a business venture, some sort of project. And if it gets approved by the board, then they're allowed to start, getting the cool, sneaky access to a bunch of Ventrue exclusive bullshit.
The means of production.
Yeah, and also this is your entry into the foray of climbing the social hierarchy and power structures within the clan.
So if you do really well during this, it's setting you up for success later in your own life.
Yes.
And if you fuck this up, then they're just not gonna... It's like...
You're fucked.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. It's like letting a store burn down when you're an assistant manager. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna move up that ladder now, bud.
No.
You're just gonna eventually get to the point where they stop talking about the store burning down. That's the best you can look for.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I did want to make a note on this because it is mentioned in the old book, and this is some game theming I think would be interesting for people to cover. Due to the nature of the power structures of the Ventrue, there's not a lot of women or people of color in positions that elders fill. That's just kind of... It sucks, but it's true. A lot of the Ventrue...
What? Ventrue have white privilege?
Yeah, well, a lot of older Ventrue... because their shtick is basing things on leadership skills and authority, and a lot of them are coming from a Western white perspective. It's a lot of old boys club kind of mentality.
Look at my surprise emote.
Yeah, so you can write antagonists that are older Ventrue that will snub younger Ventrue based on them having unfortunate heritage. That is a quote from the book.
Damn.
Yeah, just like...
That's on Ventrue Revised,
Yeah.
page 38.
Yeah, so that's some interesting, if that's a theme that you're interested in, that could work as antagonist or just shitty sires or what have you.
I mean, yeah, that's a great antagonist because it's just like naturally antagonistic. In that, you know, that you experience it and you're like, you know what? Fuck you, man.
Yeah, nothing better than I did all the best at the board meeting. Well, I'm sorry, you're a woman, and also any shade other than creme.
Well, you could also have unfortunate breeding tie into certain forms of... I don't know if anybody here's talked to anybody who's like particularly like waspy or any of that kind of stuff where they're just like, oh, you're from that side of town.
Yeah. Wait, you are the right shade of cream, but you're not the right cheekbone of cream.
Or even just, you know, you don't come from an affluent family, so therefore, like, we don't know if we can trust you to handle this level of power because you weren't raised with it, so we don't know if you have the chops to handle it.
Yeah, you might be a billionaire, but your parents were barely paying rent, so
new money.
Or even
We don't know if we can trust you with that.
Or even you're from a rural area.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm so fucked.
Yeah, all of us. Everyone here at this table, so fucked. Yes, because of this, a lot of younger Ventrue are known to work around this through avenues leaning more into the Camarilla as an organization as opposed to, like, the Ventrue specifically. There's also not a lot, but there are a small number of Ventrue that will turn to the Anarchs because they're just like, fuck this! I'm gonna go over here and do my own power structure with blackjack and hookers.
There are no promotions available because no one is quitting.
Yeah, basically.
You keep hiring more staff, but there is no upward mobility advancement.
But yes, in-clan behaviors, things that the Ventrue are known to do. One of the biggest things that is a very, like, this is a Ventrue thing, and I think it's one of the most interesting things about the Ventrue is the dignitas. Or face.
Like their public face, how people view them. Okay.
Yeah, this is generally a gauge and a record of the Ventrue's deeds, both good and bad. So it's just kind of like where they stand in the social hierarchy. Mostly within clan, but some of this does leak out into outside clan stuff. But it is basically their honor level or honor ranking.
It's probably one of their better traits, I will say. That's just a nice thing for them.
That was a good pop.
That was.
Yeah, these cans, bottles. These bottles are pretty satisfying to open.
That's very nice. But yes, politeness and self-control are prized, not just for their interactions, but for a means of survival. So, yeah, if you're not able to maintain a level head and focus and do the shit that needs to get done, you're kind of useless to the Ventrue. They're just like, no, we're in charge. This is what we're doing. We're doing it. And you're going to be a fucking adult about it.
And if you're not of use to the Ventrue,
fuck off.
Begone.
Now, how far do they take that idea? Ventrue. If you're not of use to them, are they like, we don't really like you that much. We'll just, I don't know, tie you to this stick outside.
I mean, do you want to talk to the Tremere?
No one wants to talk to the Tremere.
No one
wants to have a conversation.
No
with them.
one wants to talk to them, and they're of use to no one.
I would say that would definitely vary on a individual basis, though.
Yeah.
In general, I mean, there are plenty of. It just depends what kind of socialite they are too. You know, if they are more like hip and popular, they'll talk to anybody. Just not.
But why would
important conversation, but
right.
You got to make sure everyone gets a little FaceTime.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I was meaning like, never mind.
Oh.
I don't even remember.
No, I got the joke you were going with.
Yeah. No.
Why would you want to talk to the Tremere?
Anywho, let's just beat that joke to death. Anywho, yeah. So just because the Ventrue do have this kind of pride thing about being able to do things successfully and with tact and skill and all that doesn't mean that they're not fucking vicious as shit.
Oh, yeah.
They might be cool, calm, and collected in front of you and speak in a cold, calculating way, but the second you close that door, that might just turn into a fucking nightmare.
Like throwing chairs and like flipping tables kind of nightmare?
Like full Patrick Bateman. Some people might be like that, and you're just like, oh no, oh no.
Oh, I'm just in horrified thinking about a fucking Ventrue just moonwalking into a room with a plastic tracksuit with its hip to be square on. Just be like, oh no.
Well, no. What would be what I find personally more chilling is the scene in American Psycho early on when he's at the laundromat and he runs to that one lady and he's like trying to leave and he's being very friendly to her. And then if you watch it, it's such a quick little thing, but the second his eyes are not directly looking at her, his face completely drops, and you're just like, oh, shark! Oh, that's actually, I'm like, there's the spooky. We're just like, hi, yeah, we'll do lunch. Brump. I'm just like,
Yeah, it was good.
it's very good, very spooky.
He does a lot of really good, like, that's scary facial stuff in that movie.
Yeah, very true. And also, fun fact, if you really want to stick it to a Ventrue, whether you are a clanmate or not, insulting somebody's dignitas is a way to definitely ruffle feathers. You might lose some favor and ability to interact with them in the future, but if you kind of don't give a fuck, yeet.
So they take that seriously.
It is very, very serious. Like, this is... it kind of ties into, old school, like, oh, you've defamed my honor, sir. Pistols at dawn. That kind of energy.
Remember, folks, if they ever say you've defamed your honor, you immediately respond with what honor? Just give it a 1-2 punch.
One thing to keep in mind is, as far with Dignitas, is you are only ever as good as what you've done, but you are always as good as what you've done because you might do it again. So even say you play a character who was a prince about a century ago and took a long nap, when you come back, you're going to get a pretty warm welcome.
Yeah, it's like if you were able to, secure a land grab from the Sabbat and everyone's be like, oh yeah, it's Charlie that did the thing because it's just fucking good job. We can let Charlie do more things.
He took back the property from the crazy psychos.
Yeah, but on the reverse, if you fuck up, they're never gonna not talk about it.
Again, if you burn down the store.
Or, let's say, something burns down and it's been a few years and you've worked your way to, like, oh, I've done a bunch of things to make up for that. It's still gonna come up. It's like, yeah, but, there's that one time and you're just like, oh my God, shut up.
Remember the time you said
I feel like they'd be the kind that would, like, make it a joke. Haha.
Remember that time you burned down the Chrysler building?
Yeah, that was so funny. Wow.
Yeah,
we just lost like $200 million worth of product. But whatever, it's fine.
And it was like almost a potential masquerade breach. But, good job on this deal. Good job on the merger.
Hey, I'm just glad this isn't my place. Oh, let's go find the host over there. I bet they're really glad that the firebug's here.
But yeah, on a further about note on that is accountability. Accounting, remember this from the thing?
The syndicate is just
the traditions.
It is almost tax season. Let's not talk about it.
The Ventrue take accounting a little more seriously than that. This is also something from the older systems. So, so accounting, it's like, oh yeah, if your child is not fully like independent, you're in charge of their behaviors. Yeah, this continues on even after that. So if you fuck around as a Ventrue in a way that makes you look bad, this by extension makes your sire look bad, and your sire might come find your ass
and give you another ass kicking.
This could be a decade after you've been turned and on your own. Your name is still tied to theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be like a century.
centuries.
And they're still like, get in line.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but this
I
is...
live vicariously through you.
Yeah, that's literally it, yeah. A lot of Ventrue sires will look at their childer as an investment. So if you do poorly, they do poorly, but vice versa. If you do well, you're increasing their power It's, you know, kind of a shitty MLM.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a good return on investment. Look at my good child, or look at how awesome they are. It's totally not, you know, making my bank account better or anything. You're only getting praise because you're helping me.
Yeah.
So.
Ventrue. Diablery. Do it.
No.
Do it.
Anyway, the next big Ventrue thing is ethics of succor.
Ethics of sucker.
Yeah. Ew. Yes. The Ventrue are bound to each other by a clan honor. So when a clanmate requests assistance, you fucking do it. This is, you know, more of the, you know, the old boys club kind of mentality where it's like, yeah, no, he's in the club. We're going to help each other out.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But this has gone to the point of it being parsed out with some rules and regulations and not just a quiet, like, elbow nudge nudge kind of a situation. So if there are two Ventrue and one of them is like, hey, you know, can you light my cigarette or hold a door or whatever? You don't have to do that. That's not a huge deal. But if somebody makes a formal request of you, calling on this, and you turn it down, that is such a bad fucking move. Like, huge hit to the dignitas. Like, you could even get, you know, have this brought up before the board even.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big no-no. So if somebody comes to you asking for help, you gotta fucking pony the fuck up and we're
You're
good.
getting serious in
I am.
here.
It is serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, also vice versa. If you need help and you go to another Ventrue and they turn you down, you have them by the dick and balls basically at that point, and you can fuck their shit.
There's one there is a loophole. They do also extend the ability to, if it is unreasonable to help, if it will very much hamper them, it does have that one clause where they're just like, if you don't have the ability to, they do have the ability to be like, I was in Milan. What did you want me to do? Like, I'll do whatever I can, but like, I can't like punch somebody's brains in for you. Like, I'm not there. Like, I can call in help.
That also depends on the power structure
exactly.
thing as well, because there is the power imbalance. So if you're like a low-ranking Ventrue and somebody higher than you said fucking jump, you'd better
do it.
goddamn jump.
Yeah.
But the higher ones had the ability to just be like,
Yeah, and you know, if you're lower ranking and you ask a higher up Ventrue to help, would it be a social faux pas for them to tell you no? Yes, so they might kind of help, but not really, depending on the situation, and they might be able to get away with, you know, not doing as much as they're supposed to.
I'll do what I can, and then they text their
Ghoul.
butler to, hey, fucking send this dude a car, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
follow them around.
Yeah.
Now, does this have to be free help? Or can they be like, I'm very willing to help you, but I need you to do this for me?
That can be parsed out of negotiations, I think.
Okay. Everything is negotiations and contracts with Ventrue.
Yeah. That's definitely where the formal part is, because it's like, oh, you formally requested a service. I am now formally requesting a payment.
Right.
Or, you know, like, can we change the terms of this because of X, Y, and Z? Da, 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 da.
I can't house you and your coterie and their friends and everyone else you've been hanging out with for the past month.
Yeah, that's like, I can take you in, but everybody else, I can give them a car to get out of town, but, like, that's all I can fucking do.
Yeah.
You know.
Why? That pull a...
Or no, or it could be just like, look, I have a code of honor to help you specifically. If your fucking lackeys are not able to fucking pull their fucking weight and actually support you, you need better friends. And get the fuck inside. Final note on the ethics of succor. False claims of not following through on this can be brought before the board. So somebody's like lying and just being like, oh yeah, no, I asked Charlie for help and she didn't and he's a fucking asshole and da da da, and trying to get him in trouble. Yeah, Charlie could call for a formal like inquisition in front of all the other Ventrue in the city and be like, yeah, bro, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah. Huh. That's good.
Yeah, so there are
Good
systems
job,
in place
guys.
internally for like dealing with problems with each other.
But also, in real life, who got time for a whole court hearing? Mm-hmm. It's got to also be worth it to bring it in front of the board. They could also throw it out, being like, "This case is completely flip," or they could turn it into a years-long debate.
Yeah.
Why? They're bored.
Well, that
The
or
board.
Yeah.
or you've been a pain in the ass of somebody on the board for a while, and they're just like, oh, now I can fuck with them. Great, perfect. And the cycle of politics continues soon. Yeah, speaking of which, structure of the clan. This gets into the board. So, we're going to start at the bottom. The board is the collection of the most powerful venture in the city that will be overseeing all of the business and politics in said city.
So each city has its own board.
Basically, yeah. And you can basically think of this whole structure internally of the venture as kind of an MLM or like a bureaucratic corporate ladder of sorts. It makes me tired. It's narratively, I can find it really, really interesting. Just me personally, outside of that, I'm just like, it makes me go cross-eyed. Further up of that is the Directorate. This is a collection of 12-ish Ventrue that control the entire business empire of the entire clan. So this is, the what is it? Mulholland. What's the cabal of businessmen that run everything?
Which one?
I don't know. There's lots of them. Yeah, this is,
The dairy industry?
Yes, just big dairy. No, but like these are the guys that like own the Fortune 500 companies, like all hanging out together and planning on like, oh yeah, this is how we're going to structure and run everything for our clan specifically, and therefore by
You're
extension.
talking about the Illuminati?
Basically, it's kind of like
There you
that.
go.
Cool.
It's kind of like that, but less anti-Semitic.
Well, that whole old boys club thing.
Yeah, it's a yeah.
Might be.
So, yeah. So this is the big internal structure for the Ventrue. It is not unlike how things are structured in the Camarilla. Weird how that worked out. Yeah.
Oh, it's like they had a hand in it or something.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
Fucking weird.
But if you have a player who's playing a venture and he's put all his dots into resources and has all these big companies and is wheeling and dealing, and it's not really fair for like anything to really get in his way there, until the board of the city or the directorate or the directorate decides to be like, hey, we need you to do this, but that'll lose my company millions. That's fine.
Yeah. You
That's
gotta think
fine.
of the bigger
This is
picture.
That's fine. This is a long-term plan.
Look, I know you put a lot of money into NFTs, but it's gonna fucking ruin everything. I need you to stop.
Well, they're already tanking, so
Yeah, no, that's great news.
Good.
See, they got on it.
Oh no, the monkeys!
Oh no!
Oh no, did you right-click on them?
But I did find one note in the old books that I thought was weirdly sweet and kind of fucking adorable. It kind of humanizes the venture just a smidge.
Oh.
They have this tradition called Embrace Nights. It is basically a vampire birthday party,
Uh-huh.
Aww.
and it has some ties back into like ancient Roman, like Saturnalia and other pagan festival kind of things. So a Ventrue will celebrate the night of their embrace with a party of fellow Ventrue and then like some other close associates.
That's so cute.
I know. I love that. I'm just like, that's so fun.
When was Ellis embraced?
I don't know, but we're actually talking about this. I really want to throw an Embrace Night hunt at some point.
Yeah, no, we need to do that. One of my stream games is starting to come back on where I also play a Ventrue in that game. And I'm trying to organize with that ST being like, hey, I know you got a major story beat coming up, but after that, can I organize one of these, please? Because I feel like that would be super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the Ventrue would prefer more of a subdued event with like, high class stuff, but it's kind of a chill vibe. And some Ventrue will go all the fuck out, take months to plan. It'll be a party boat, all sorts of crazy shit.
They made ghouls specifically to plan their party.
Yeah. This is my Embrace Night Ghoul.
These are my Embrace Night ghouls.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of like former wedding planners that are just internally forced to suffer. Oh gosh.
You could have
And
just said wedding planners.
yeah, it's true. It's true. But there is a tradition within Embrace Nights where if you are a guest, you are expected to bring some sort of gift to the Embrace Night celebrant. And there is a kind of internalized contest to see who could bring the best gift.
Huh. Okay.
And generally bringing a better gift will ensure that you get better interactions with that particular venture in the future. So it's kind of like a, hey, you've done a lot of really cool things for me the past year. I got you something I thought would be either really meaningful or helpful for your future whatever the character dynamic would be.
Right.
And if it goes well, that means you might be able to later on go, hey, I'm on this guy's good side. I might be able to lean on him to do X, Y, and Z later on in the story. And I'm just like, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm just like, this is so fucking cool.
I like that a lot.
I'm looking at the way you weirded this on the script.
Yeah.
So it looks like the expected gift and the contest is more directed at other Ventrue.
Yeah, it's more the Ventrue can do it, but if you are not a Ventrue and you're aware of this practice...
You can fuck with them.
Because, yeah, most of the time for Embrace Night, it's going to be Ventrue and then maybe, like, a couple of, like, their coterie mates, basically. So if you're in the coterie and you're aware of what's coming up and you go, I know what to get this guy. I know what this motherfucker needs.
I know what Jim needs.
I'm already thinking of ideas for
Yeah.
Ellis.
If I wasn't
It's going to
trying
be not pleasant for anyone except for Ellis. But, that's good.
I was thinking almost the same thing where I was like, if Luca had less scruples, just be like, I need to find one of his mortal enemies he really doesn't like. Why? Well, here's your gift. They're haunted. They are now haunted.
Oh, see, and I was thinking about trying to find an actual slasher that I could let loose in his maze and we could all go hunt it together.
That could be fun.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, I'm going to make him a Grishka to hunt.
Holy
great.
shit.
I mean...
That's a lot of effort, but,
Yeah.
it could be worth it. I thought you were going to make him, like, a sentient gun made out of flesh and bone.
I mean,
I
that
don't
could
know why
be-
my brain went there.
Tetsuo Iron Man, go on.
Yeah, just be like, I don't know if it'll fire, but it's metal as fuck. You gotta feed it, though.
You gotta feed it. I'll have to come over once every
Wait,
once a month. How long does a blood bond last?
A month, but
Yeah.
it
I'll
increases
have to
depending
come
on how
over.
deep you are into the blood bond. It's
I'll
a whole
have to
thing.
come over once a month so I can feed it some of my blood so it stays
a gun.
alive, and a gun, instead of just kind of falling into a weeping mass of flesh.
Which
But I bet I could figure out how to make it almost like a pneumatic gun. Because intestines make gas.
You just make the most horrifying potato gun
Yeah,
out of bones and flesh.
I'll put vocal cords in it, so when you shoot it, it just screams.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's awful.
I just keep thinking of the scene from, I'm drawing the blank now. The Cronenberg movie.
Videodrome?
Videodrome, where he
Yeah.
reaches
Yeah.
into his stomach and pulls out the gun, and then the gun turns into his hand, and then...
Hell yeah.
I will say that I love that one of the guys, one of their powers literally just notes a video drum.
Yeah.
It's just like, the Phantasm powers, video drum. And I'm like, what?
Yes.
Also, I have to take 2 minutes for the side. Skipper, you've seen Tetsuo Iron Man, right? Have you seen the other two? Oh, you really only need to see Body Hammer.
Yeah, and Bullet Man?
Yeah.
Was the other one?
Yeah.
Tetsuo Body Hammer and
Bullet Man, yeah.
I've seen all three of them, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Do not advise on Bullet Man.
Yeah, it's not.
Body Hammer, yes.
Yeah. So the Ventrue are pretty synonymous with the Camarilla. So
Yes.
they're one of the main founders and main organizers. And they just like being the man, TM, big boss. There are non-Camarilla Ventrue. That happens sometimes.
It's happened a lot more in Modern Nights.
Yeah. So Hunter did bring up some interesting points about the anti-tribu
Yeah.
Ventrue.
Yeah, so anti-tribu are basically the Sabbat Ventrue.
Yeah.
They are the ones who directly oppose their clan and the Camarilla.
Yeah.
And the structure within, so the board, the directorate, all that. They view themselves more as like crusaders or paladins for Cain, and because of that, they view the Camarilla as directly opposed to Cain and what the Sabbat themselves are believers in. They believe that they are corrupted by mortals and money, and kind of lost sight as like the first hand of Cain. They were the first clan. They were supposed to be the sword and shield, and
And they fucked it.
Because money.
They got soft. They moved to the New World and got soft.
They found money, blackjack, and hookers.
Yes. Ugh. Yeah, I will make the small note. Anti-tribu is a concept in the Sabbat, meaning they just don't accept the concept of clans at all. So if you run into a Sabbat, quote-unquote, Ventrue, they will only acknowledge that if they're having to talk to people who do deal with that stuff and they're trying to, like, recruit. Otherwise, it's just I'm a Cainite. You're like, yeah, but I saw you use presence and dominate at the same time, bro, and you got a suit and it's covered in blood. You look lovely, but I know what you are. And they're just like, silence. And you're like, oh, I've made a mistake. I gotta go.
Silence.
And you're like, oh.
I do not wish to speak of these things.
He no longer talks. He just clicks into the darkness.
These are the Ventrue that have the pauldrons that you keep going on about.
Yes! That is what that is still my favorite. It's still my your old world racism. Just looking at the Ventrue like, why'd you stop wearing pauldrons, bro? This seems like a downgrade.
Yeah, just somebody has to explain guns to your poor little Cappadocian more.
He's got a gun.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a crossbow gun.
Yes, so with the rise of V5, there are now more and more Ventrue anarchs, which I find to be very entertaining and interesting. What?
Again, as we said earlier, there's no upward mobility slots.
Well,
Wonder why they're anarchs.
There is more now, yes and no, because of the beckoning. A lot of the really, really olds are, fucking off somewhere vaguely east. So there's a lot of vicious ladder climbing happening right now in general Camarilla society, and I would imagine the Ventrue are exponentially worse about it than anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
So there might be, like, a lot of younger Ventrue that are just like, hey, I want to get in on that. Why can't I? Oh, God. They burnt the bridge behind them, and now I can't get in on things. I have no idea what this feels like outside of game. But,
While we're talking about that, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think we talked about it a little bit on a previous episode. But with the beckoning happening and the Ventrue having their own, like, clan structure and hierarchy and whatnot, and that already being vicious without chunks of the ladder disappearing. Also, remember, one of the noted ways to resist the beckoning.
Yeah, is to torpor yourself.
Or diablerie.
Yep.
Yup.
So there's likely a lot of high-up guys who might just be slowly snacking their way down the ladder.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're having a company picnic. I'm like, no, I'm good. Can this be a Zoom meeting? So, outside of the, the Ventrue that want to proceed up the hierarchy and can't due to various impediments, there are also Anarch Ventrue that believe that the infighting amongst the Ventrue themselves have basically gotten in the way, and it's not too dissimilar from the Sabbat thought, but instead they'd rather focus on being historians and documentarians of vampire history.
Ah, yeah, girl boss, got it.
Yeah, it's more like leading by example through, like, like, no, if we're going to be leaders, we should actually, like, be leaders and care about the community and, cause progress to happen.
Again, as somebody who used to just be hardline cam in Old World, just the more I hear about the anarchs, I'm like, this is the better choice.
There's even reports of some Anarch Ventrue wanting to return to a one Ventrue, one vote, like Senate, like Parliament style of organizing like you would get in, like, ancient Greek city-states. I'm just like, that's fucking interesting.
Nice.
Neat.
It's interesting. Every other clan would be opposed to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, it's just for, like, dealing with politics internally. They're just like, no, we're all leaders here. We all have an equal voice and should be able to have some sort of forum to discuss ideas.
Yeah.
if I were to run that in a game, though, I would still run that along the lines of, like, America's voting system when you had to be a landowner to have a vote.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, all men should be able to vote. Just so that, oh, no, all Ventrue should be able to vote.
If they could get away with it, some of them would. But yeah, there are also other Ventrue that are just like, nah, I want to get really powerful and get a lot of money and get my shit quickly, so organized crime, fuck it. Yeet.
honestly, if we're talking about just the voting, just all Ventrue voting, just all vampires vote, the Bruja speaks up. Not that one!
Oh, no. This is a specifically Ventrue talking with other Ventrue about in-clan politics. This is not like a...
Okay.
Some Ventrue that are anarchs might want to extend this to a societal-based thing, but a lot of... Or at least the note I've seen, this was a in-clan discussion.
Okay, all right, I got you. I was just like, oh, is this like a one vampire, one vote? And then...
No.
Yeah.
No, that's why I said all Ventrue should have a vote.
Yes.
Got you.
But yeah, there's a lot of Ventrue, especially if you get into Eastern Europe and the former Soviet states that are just kind of like crime. This is what I do. I do crime.
Speaking of the Middle East.
Cool.
Yeah, speaking of the Middle East, there's actually a chunk of the Ventrue that exists in the Ashira called the Hijazi? El Hijazi, I believe. I don't know Arabic. I'm trying. But these Ventrue are largely of Middle Eastern and Indian descent, and they have their own structure in the Ashira that's similar to how the Ventrue are organized in the Camarilla. And they do a lot of the same practices of running business and leadership, but they tend to keep their practices within the ethics lines of the vaguely Islamic culture that the Ashira is. And I'm just like, oh, that's actually fucking interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look into it more when we do the Ashira episode. I was just like, oh, this isn't going to involve me having to do so much research on what are considered like ethical business practices in Iran and shit like that. I'm like, I don't have that kind of time right now, so I'm sorry, everyone.
I might be able to get him on as a guest if we do an episode on the Ashira. I have a friend who's actually studying like Islamic culture right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Learning, I can't remember which language he's learning.
Is it Arabic, Urdu?
I think it's Arabic.
Farsi?
I think it's Arabic.
Okay. Well, hell yeah. No, that would be rad as shit. Also, if anybody out on the internet is like, oh, these guys don't know what they're talking about X culture point, I'm like, please get in contact with
You're
us.
probably right. We don't.
We're trying our best.
There's only a few things that we can say, no, I know this. This is not one of them.
Yes. And World of Darkness is a really good avenue to research other cultures and thought processes and other points in history, because the game is so vast and touches on so many things, and this is a good way to learn about stuff. So,
Bing, bing, bing.
the more you know.
Rainbow Star.
Yeah. Something interesting, though, with that's all been Ventrue dealing with themselves internally.
Whether it be in other political groups in vampire society, but it's still internal within the clan in those groups.
Yeah, they're even though there might be Ventrue on different like factions, they still will be like, no, we are the cream of the crop, we are the leaders, we're naturally supposed to be in charge, so they will tend to work with each other in ways that they might not with people outside of the clan. This does vary based on, kindred to kindred, so meh. You might get one Ventrue who's a little bit more of a snooty asshole. You might get a guy who's like a staunch business guy, but he'll work with you and it's fine. So that's that. But because of the Ventrues tending to lean into this divine right, I deserve to be in charge because I deserve it and it's mine and I said so kind of mentality. They tend to view themselves as shepherds of kindred kind and tend to view mortals as tools and cattle at best. So it's one of those like, it's just constantly leaning into the society as a hierarchy where it's like, okay, I am the best of the kindred, and the kindred generally are more important or have more weight in the machinations of society and systems than the mortals do. So depending on how you rate these characters, some of them might be... They might go through an area and not even take a knowledge or an accounting of like how many mortals are in the room. It just doesn't faze them. It's like seeing a Roomba. Mm-hmm. They're like, they're there.
I don't know. Most of the time when I see a Roomba, I'm like, ooh, cool, little robot guy.
Yeah.
I guess I could see a Ventrue doing that too. Like, oh wow, you've got a that's like a good model there. I like that. That's a good human. Good job.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I should get myself a human that does coding.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever.
Your rumor does appreciate every time you say thank you. They've been taking notes. We've heard the dialogue. It's good.
Oh.
You get the thumbs up from them.
Yeah. Though, because of this behavior, Ventrue are often disliked by other clans.
Are these the consequences of their actions?
Well, it's kind of like, nobody likes their boss kind of a mentality. So if you have a whole clan of vampires that are just like, I'm in charge. I did this. This is mine. Other people might be like, this guy's kind of a dick.
Sorry, I had
Like the Bruja
Yeah. I was
and the
about to-
Sombra.
Yeah. Well, the Sombra are angry because they think they're in charge and
they're
own
like,
this.
no, me.
No, me. I'm cooler and I do the same thing, but I'm Catholic.
All right, Epstein, calm down.
No. Shush.
I would also add, though they've kind of been circled up into a larger group, that in Old World, their biggest opposition tended to be the Giovanni, who were more like generally presented as like mob family, like crime family, business type people. And so it's like corporate business versus family business kind of vibe. The Giovanni have kind of been pushed into a corner in the newer edition.
Depending on the game you're running, because if you're running a game with Hecata where it's like very Giovanni up front, you are going to get, a little bit more of like the corporate goth.
Yeah,
Like,
because they do have like 3 separate sheets for Giovanni in the Hecata. Like, there's like one for each of the old clans, but like they have the 3 big families for the Giovanni, not just the default Giovanni. They're like default Giovanni, money Giovanni, random criminal Giovanni. I think I know there's like default money, and then there's one other one which I can't remember. The money one's interesting. It's got a very
Milner, I think is the name.
so.
Yeah.
It's something like that. They have a very interesting one. But either way, you are right. They're just like concentrated Ventrue, but with necromancy. Because again, instead of them just being like, hi, I'm going to groom this random individual that I think has terms. It's like, hi, I'm going to groom any of my relatives.
So I can fuck them later.
Yeah.
I've been spending this whole time trying to think of a reason that Tzimisce might specifically dislike Ventrue, but then I'm just like, I don't think Tzimisce really like anybody. So that's why.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, they, I have that. They like the gangrel.
They tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because the gangrel don't want to take their shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, you can live in there, I guess. Just
Yeah.
mop
don't
up
ca-
afterwards.
They don't care about ownership. They kind of like vibe. They're like the 2 wallflower like kids at the party where nobody wants to socialize with them, but they're both kind of like, we're vibing in our own lane. We don't necessarily have to be friends, but we can like sit here for 2 hours and not throw hands at each other.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but from the outside, a lot of the Ventrue do tend to look like tyrants, buzzkill, stuffy, aloof, greedy, bossy, cruel, so on. So that's where you get these like fun interclan stereotypes. And the constant pissing contest between the Ventrue and the Bruja that will never fucking end.
I mean, that's just the easiest way. It's just be like, I'm in charge. No one's in charge of me. And then just
Yeah, then
Yeah.
just cycle repeat for millennia. But
until one of them takes
that is the
somebody's head
flavor.
off.
Yes, that is a flavor for the Ventrue. But what do they actually do?
I mean, not much. Let's be real. Upper management usually doesn't.
I meant disciplines. But
Oh,
okay.
shit, I'm
John
John!
with the fire.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
They do have one of the most fun
I thought
discipline
Wendigos didn't like
spreads.
heat.
sorry, Hunter, say that again.
They do have one of the most fun discipline spreads to play, though, I think. Because we'll go through them individually, but they get Dominate, Presence, and Fortitude.
One second. I'll wait until you're done.
Yeah, so just they can talk a lot of shit, make you listen to it, and then back it up.
Or at least let you punch them until you're tired.
Yeah. I will say that is like, if we're being real, that's the basic level of like power. It's a good, those are all like good stuff, but it's just like when you think of vampires, it's like, these are their baselines that you expect. Just be like, cool. I can just be like, I am awesome. Everyone look at me or be afraid of me. Do as I say. Or, that's adorable. Please, put your back into it. Actually make me feel it.
Yeah, putting... The Ventrue I'm playing, I decided to make a really tanky Ventrue,
Yup.
which is fantastic.
Because no
It's
one expects it.
One, no one expects it. Two, being a really tanky Ventrue as an anarch, I think is a good thing, because people are gonna be like, you dumb bitch, you're gonna do something we don't like, we're gonna fight you, and I'm just like, cool, I do not have a good strength store, but I'm gonna go into this fight, and I know I'm gonna win, because I'm gonna outlast you.
Yeah, I feel like as a Anarch Ventrue, others are going to be testing you.
But yeah, no, the discipline spread for Ventrue is fucking nice. It's also, I think, kind of more beginner friendly, because the early access abilities for Presence and Dominate are super useful and in a lot of creative ways.
Oh, yeah, no.
And a lot of the abilities for Fortitude don't require you to do
Hunger rolls.
the roll.
Rouse check.
Rouse
Yeah.
check. I'm braining so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the Fortitude ones you kind of just have,
Yup.
so you don't have to like keep doing math and keep track of that. So it's nice.
But yeah, on a base level, like Dominate is used to command people, tell people what to do. Presence, you get to twist other people's will into either paying attention to you, or running from you, or becoming really enamored with you. And then Fortitude is just tank powers. You can like have damage taken. You can eventually bump it down an entire damage level. It's intense.
Oh,
So
I think that my favorite example of that was it LA by Night or Chicago by Night? When Elysium got raided by hunters. Elysium got raided, and one of the
This is a mild spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen
yeah,
Ellie
yeah,
by
yeah.
Night, by the
Yeah.
way.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's been out forever.
We'll talk about it. It's fine.
Yeah. So, fuck. Oh yeah,
Elysium.
Ventrue dude is literally standing outside of Elysium, gun in one hand, shooting at people, a cell phone on the other hand, and just like standing in the middle of a firefight, like whatever, giving orders while he's shooting at people. And it's
B-Dave.
like,
Yeah.
that was fucking cool.
Yeah, it's cool shit.
It wasn't B-Dave.
It wasn't?
No.
No.
Oh,
No,
it wasn't
different.
Victor? Oh.
No, we need to finish that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is a good solid discipline set. The Ventrue Clan Bane is one of my favorite goddamn things though. It's so good. Rarefied taste. They can only feed off of a specific kind of person. You, a character creation, can decide what the fuck that is. Good luck.
Now, this is not like a feeding type. This is not a predator type. This is like you cannot eat someone that does not fall into this category.
Yeah, and you can, there is a list of examples of these on page 131 in the Camarilla book, actually, if you're wanting some examples. It's not in the core book. If you go to the Camarilla book, there's a list of Ventures that are NPCs, and their rarefied palette preference.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So some of them are a little,
Extra.
I'm going to say would violate TOS on TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can just be like, oh, I'm into blondes, or, my Venture's into musicians. There's, people that are into certain, like, ethnic groups or, sexuality. Some people are like, oh, I can only feed off of people that just finished having sex or are in love or, like, just had Chinese food. You can get fucking weird with it if you want.
Yeah. And also, you can eat outside that, but that triggers your clan bane. You can do it, it's a bad time.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually my Ventrue can't feed off poor people.
Yeah, which has led us to finding out something very funny. So you do have the ability when you, as a Ventrue, to kind of sense if somebody is the vibe for you to be a snack with a resolve and awareness roll, difficulty 4 or more, depending on what the ST wants. So that means for Ellis, who cannot eat off of poor people, if he succeeds in this roll, he can basically look at somebody and tell what tax bracket they're in. So basically he has a poor dar.
Nice.
Feel free to have fun with this in your game. If you're just like, all right, I'm into people that are into sports. Or, like, I'm into feeding off of athletes. You basically have an athlete dar now.
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
it's so good. It's so funny.
I
Because,
can only eat off of people who have gambling addictions.
yeah.
And then you start making bets against them before you eat them.
Yeah,
Make some extra
exactly.
money.
Yeah, my Ventrue runs a record label, and feeding preference is fighting musicians. So I'm good at like pointing out like that's somebody who can do a music.
Nice.
It's
I'm here to book a show. Oh, I don't want to eat
Sorry,
you. Get out.
no.
yeah.
I was gonna say if you had something to say about your
I was just gonna say it might cause some like conflicts of interest, but it's fine.
yeah. I was gonna say I know one thing it mentions offhandedly is that these can tend to get worse the older that vampire gets. So as an ST, you could maybe, if you for some reason play long enough that your players bump up a Sea of Time level, or their blood potency gets stronger, you might want to. Or if you're playing a game where, you're playing a 100-year-old vampire, keep that into, like, context when you're making your compulsion. Like, what if, I only feed off a certain bloodline. 100 years ago, I had those people working directly under me. Now I've been asleep for 100 years, and I don't even know where that family went.
Oh god,
Damn.
Ventrue that's like I only feed off of people that wear Shales green, which is the green from the Victorian era that was made from arsenic. We don't have that green anymore, so I'm like, would synthetic Shales green work? Or like, are you just giving people like arsenic clothes just to
It's the Ventrue, you know it's arsenic clothes.
It's gotta be real, okay?
Look, I've tried with just like different greens that are like the same but like synthetic, and it doesn't work.
The
I
taste
gotta
of
have that-
arsenic is so good.
Yes! I am so glad we linked up
So
on
spicy.
that. Just like, I need that spicy mayonnaise.
Or what if you you only fed on people who belong to a profession that, like, doesn't really exist anymore? Like,
I feed on
Chimney
cobblers.
sweeps!
cobblers or shoe shines or
Chimney
chimney sweeps is a
I was
good
about
one.
to say, I've seen cobblers. We have one downtown.
Yeah, no, chimney sweeps are still a profession, but instead of getting some sort of Kendian street urchin with like a little broom and a fun hat and a jaunty song, it's just like some gruff guy named Jeff that has like a vacuum hose for the chimney.
Yep.
You're like, this became exponentially less sexy.
Depends who you ask.
That's true. So look, I'm not here to disparage the bears. They're great folk.
Yeah, some people like Jeff's hose.
Look, some people might like Jeff's hose, and I appreciate them for that. Look, many a bear has saved me at a convention. I will admit, bears are good people. Though, fun little thing. If you feed from a source that's not your preferred, you can do it, but it costs you willpower. Superficial willpower damage equal to your bane severity.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do it. It's gonna suck, especially if you're in a busy time. You're like, I've spent a bunch of points already on willpower.
That's rough.
Or if you're older. Mm-hmm. That bane severity goes up.
Yeah, so if you're older, or God, is it like you get to the point where you're like, my bane severity is 3. And most people have a willpower hanging around between like 3 and 5. So it's just like,
That's rough.
that's me for the day.
Now, does this count toward other vampires? If Ventrue was going to commit diablerie,
Yeah.
like if Ellis decided he wanted to eat another vampire, does that vampire have to be rich?
I would assume.
All right.
Well,
Get away from me.
it says mortals. So,
Yeah, it says more, because we're going to go over this later, remember?
Nope.
With the character concept. The character I have is Methuselah's Thirst, and only eats vampires. We went over this.
Okay, yeah.
We'll go on that later.
I'll do that later.
Yeah.
But it's like, we'll play by ear. That's okay. Clan compulsion, arrogance. This is the one that's specifically for the Ventrue. The Ventrue's beast demands to reign supreme. An order must be obeyed without the aid of supernatural powers. It's no use in dominate. You gotta yell. You basically have to Karen your way into getting somebody to listen to you. Every action you spent not doing something involving leadership is -2 to the pool. I'm just like, that's a good compulsion. It's great narratively. God, I don't want to fucking deal with that.
Oh.
Just angry as fuck. And it's like, no, you will listen to me. And it's like,
Now, could Ventrue go more manipulative with that? And instead of being like, hey, do what I'm fucking saying, be like, hey, man, I think it's really good idea if we accomplish this goal together.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's very good of you to have come up with that idea.
Right, yeah.
I appreciate you for showing me how this works.
I think you could argue that as long as it's kind of a... Because usually when you're suffering compulsion, this is generally like your beast getting in the way. So if you want to come at it from a more like HR managerial route, I think you could, but you might be playing it a little awkward or creepy, or you just gone full like corporate voice and everyone's just like, what the fuck?
Right.
He goes full the Bobs from the from Office Space. Just, we're gonna need you to comment on set.
Have you ever had one of those? I assume this happened more before they were ubiquitous, but when you'd call like a phone line, and at first you thought a person actually picked up, and then you realize, oh, this is an automated voice.
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
split second where it's like, hey, creepy. Oh, but it's always in that kind of creepy place where you're just like, you're not talking to me like you're a person anymore.
I would feel like it would almost feel the exact opposite of that with a Ventrue, where it's like, oh, this is a robot. Oh, no, that's a person talking to me, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I can't really tell that difference.
I don't like that it doesn't feel like a person.
Right.
Or it's even creepier where you're used to the guy being a little like stiff and then suddenly they're getting really friendly with you and they're like, hey buddy, I really need you to come in and do this thing for me. Like that'd be really great. And you're just like, ugh.
Usually you yell at me.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
Like when you have that boss that when they really want you to do something and they know you're going to say no and they suddenly are just being like really buddy and there's like a fucking pizza party for no reason. And you're just like, we're about to get fucked, aren't we?
Yeah.
Ooh, spooky. I don't.
Yeah, but they can't use their powers.
Yeah.
And you get a -2 to anything that's not kind of you asserting your will. So even if it sounds nice, I would require some force behind it. So even if they're like, yeah, we're all going to come in on Saturday, there's going to be pizza and drinks, and it'll be a good time, but I'll see you at 8 a.m. on Saturday for pizza.
You're going to be there, right?
Saturday. And then walk away.
You're just like, no.
And that's the terrible part where you're like, I've said that thing. Now, if your employee says anything, you have to turn around and then talk to them aggressively. More. Yeah. Because that's what your beast demands.
Yeah, and it's just... I know we love to rag on the Ventrue, but I'm like, there's actually a lot of really cool ideas you can throw into here, and I really want more people to do that. I was like, it just... Oh, God. I mean, yeah, if you want to play out the power fantasy of being the dude with the suit that has all the money and is in charge of everything, that's great. But I'm like, there's so much more you could do with it.
We'll get into that actually in part 2, where me and John talk about some interesting character concepts we came up with Ventrue that aren't your stereotypical Ventrue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play your creativity.
Oh, I vastly encourage anybody to use either of these, mainly as NPCs. Like, these are some choice.
Yeah.
Choice.
More free NPCs.
Hey.
I also have a NPC chugging along. I started working on my own, did a little too much research. And so we're going to have a little bonus episode, story time, where I talk to you about one of my favorite American heroes and why he would be a Ventrue.
Oh my God.
So,
And you're just going to leave us on the cliffhanger too, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're not going to give us that name.
but that's going to be a bonus episode, so it might even come out after part 2. But
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot what
Spoiler,
I named that
guys,
guy.
it's Bob Saget.
No!
No! Poor
man-
Bob!
that man is not an American hero.
No, he was not.
No.
I was going to say Betty White is a Ventrue, though.
Yeah, is she though?
No, but it would be funny.
I think she's a gang girl. She loved pets so much.
No, fuck that man. She's a Setite.
Yeah, I can see that too.
That
She's
could be
ministry. She changes people.
She do, and everybody loves her.
And
Exactly.
everybody loves her, and it's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. She walks into a room and starts flipping everybody off.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, Betty.
Yeah, and she was a big proponent of social justice over her entire career. She's adorable.
We miss you, Betty.
We're gonna pour some VT out for Betty White.
Oh, wait. They said VT. They said VT.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Got it. Technocratic Union. Come in, guys.
Fuck off.
'em.
Anywho, yeah. So part 2, we're gonna have our freebie bonus stuff. We're also gonna get into the history deep dive of the Ventrue.
It's actually pretty fun.
It's actually really interesting. There's actually
I did
like
a lot of studying for that.
there's some actually big war battle stuff that's actually pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drama, especially when you get into modern times, where it's very funny. It's very funny. Also, some of the major players in the meta plot and who they are, and some Ventrue lore sheet stuff. So, yeah, for the deep dive, we did too much research, so it's a 2-parter.
Yay!
Hey!
Hey, it's a 2-parter. Also, I think it's really interesting we're doing this one first. Obviously, we let the community vote on that one, but because the Ventrue are so closely tied to the formation and the operation of the Camarilla, the two's histories kind of intertwine, so it's a good, like, part 1 to take another step past what we've done into Kindred history in general. It's a really good starting point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It's like you guys helped us plan things.
Because we didn't.
Which, thank you
Because
for
we
that.
didn't. No.
Clearly, we are all of us 3 idiots in a trench coat.
Hey.
Yes.
And some wires.
Yeah. Thanks, Paralyze, for letting us use your music.
Yeah.
Pretty cool of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music slaps. Thanks for patrons for helping us choose to do this and giving us money so we can do this.
Yeah.
We got the new tiers up officially, and we got our goal, and we're trucking.
Yeah. I believe at this point we'll have had our next clan poll up. So we'll have the results of that soon.
Yeah, you can find that on the Twitter at Blank Bodies. Get on that vote. Share it. We want people arguing about what clan we're going to yell about next. So that'll be
Yeah.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The more sassy you get, the better.
Yes. Share your gifts and your clan stereotypes, because stereotyping for a fantasy game is fun.
Also, La Sombra, let's see if you can actually do it right this time.
Aw.
You tried so
It's
hard.
like,
So hard and still failed in the end.
you know,
I don't know. I was so surprised that all of our patrons unanimously voted for Ravnos to join. So
Yeah.
it'll be they're the dark horse in this. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, this is still Ravnos, La Sombra, which are actually dark horses, and Nosferatu, which are...
Nazis.
Yeah, I am...
Yeah,
no
Nazis.
offense.
Nazis.
I'm here for the sewer boys.
Yeah. So, the sewer boys, girls, and non-binary damp
Yeah,
rats.
the Necropolis
You know, I
does
think
not
that-
judge or care.
I think that Nosferatu are kind of like pugs, except without the genetic, like, war crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's like, the people that are breeding pugs now to actually have a nose.
So right now, of course, I fucking do. First of all, duh. Second, the French bulldog. They have gotten the most impact on so far. You guys should Google French bulldog and then French bulldog like healthy breed because that little fucking nose is so cute.
Speaking of cute noses, on our Discord, we have a pet posting channel.
Yeah, we do.
People be sharing their pets. You should hang out with us on Discord. We do game stuff.
We're
Like-
very active and very talkative.
Yeah, you can share things you're working on, questions. If you do stream game stuff and you want to share that in the community posting, you can do that in there. We're happy to take in all sorts of people. And also, if you want to do be part of our interview series, you can hit us up on the blankbodies@gmail.com. We're talking to game developers, musicians. We're hoping to get into craft people's cosplays. If you're on a stream game, we've talked to stream people before. Hurrah!
Yeah, if you do anything tabletop related in general, anything horror related, even just like general nerdiness, there's a good chance we'd be interested in talking to you. We've had a bunch of really cool interviews so far.
If you're an actual vampire, I've already got these three. So
The
I
fuck
just
are
need
you
a fourth.
talking about? Look, we just like doing spooky ooky interviews and kooky interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And obviously, like, if you were a real vampire, we'd love to talk to you. And why would I be so stoked to talk to a real vampire if I was already talking to two? Come on.
Hey.
Besides, I've seen plenty of movies. I'm probably too straight to be a vampire.
Well, at least not
No,
a
no, no,
European
you're
vampire.
You're just
Those
not-
ones are fruity.
You're just not old enough. Just
Eh.
sexuality gets a little wibbly wobbly after a few centuries.
It's fine. It's fine. Look, I'm gay enough for everyone.
I've seen Blade. It's pretty straight.
That movie is still perfect. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah. So part 2 soonish. Love you all. Stay safe. Mask. Wash hands.
Get poked.
Vaccine.
Get stabbed.
Or just don't leave your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to just not leave your house.
Yeah, if you just
At
want
all.
to not leave your
Do
house
whatever you
and
want.
listen to our podcast on repeat,
Yeah.
please.
Rate, review, share. Love your faces. Stay
Oh yeah,
safe.
we got ratings on Spotify now too.
Yes.
We just that's like a thing that can happen.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and give us 5 stars and have all your friends and family just do that for them as well.
Yeah, we're poor. Help us.
They're poor.
I just want more people to hear my inane ramblings, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good ramblings. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye bye.
I got juicy at the end.